We at CORE and I on Edgewood have published information and opinion on Edgewood's declared intent to confiscate the EPCOR water system that serves parts of Edgewood and northern Torrance County. We have made it clear we think it is a bad idea, but what does EPCOR think? Let's listen to their New Mexico Vice President of Operations on this issue.
I wanted to give everybody else a chance to speak first, but I noticed people are slipping out for lunch, so I just wanted to make a few comments on behalf of the company. We've heard from the town that the vast majority of other towns in New Mexico are municipally owned. That's true, and many of them beg every year for funding to fix up their water systems from the state, and many of them are poorly operated. Many of the larger ones have contracted with private operators, Farmington, Grants, Rio Rancho. Many others have chosen the efficiencies and expertise of private operation. So that argument makes no sense. Water quality, naturally occurring minerals underground have imposed a taste on the water. Unfortunately, it's to dislike of some, and others don't mind it. That does not change with a change in ownership. You know, we can address that with a centralized plant, but it's real expensive. And most of what we hear from our customers is, hey, I got a softener, I've got other ways to deal with it. I don't want to put a significant additional amount on my water bill to take care of a problem I've already taken care of. But EPCOR had a public meeting a couple of nights ago, and there were a lot of people there, and we committed to doing a survey of our customers. Just see how they feel, what they have in their home, how they're dealing with it, and what they might be willing to pay to fix it. It's not an issue of our ability from a technical or financial perspective to fix it. We can. It's an issue of affordability. And this is an area that we feel we need to go to the people to see how you feel about it. So we've committed to do that, and we will do that. We hear about from the town that, you know, the large profits of the company be used to finance an acquisition. Let me tell you, there's no large profits here. We are only allowed a cap of a very humble single-digit return by the PRC. By the way, you would have no cap if the city, you would not be regulated if the city took you over. In most years, we don't make that cap. And when we do, every single penny every year goes back into the ground to maintain the system. Every penny. We have not sent a dividend check to Canada, our owner, in several years. So a lot of things you're hearing just simply aren't true. And the town is not a professional utility operator. God knows the wastewater system is an example of that. I've been to 4 public meetings over the last month or so on this issue. The council meeting on the 20th of June. We had a meeting on the 2nd of this month, the 3rd after the council meeting, and now this one. And I mean, you know, I'm not the best listener, my wife tells me, but I think the public has spoken. And it seems pretty dang clear that they think this is a bad idea. If you choose to proceed, we will fight, as we have said, with every means possible. And it's going to be expensive. We had an expert here the other night that said, that gave examples across the country, and it doesn't happen very often, but when it does, it's public record. It takes on average 3 to 6 years and many millions, not hundreds of thousands, many millions in legal fees. And if the town were to choose to abandon that pursuit, or if it would lose in court, it's responsible not only for its own legal fees, but ours. I mean, if there was a reason, if we were a bad operator, if we didn't want to cooperate with the community, by the way, the offer to help on the wastewater system is still open. But that communication has been cut off by you, not by us. So, you know, there's no reason. It's expensive. The town has spoken, and I would respectfully ask that you guys, you know, cut this craziness off before it costs the taxpayers more and it costs us more. Thank you. discussion with the mayor, it wasn't an issue of return on investment. It was an issue that there's not enough people here to support that large of an investment. It's not that we couldn't make it or the return wasn't. There's just simply not enough people, and you're seeing that now. You've put probably $10 million into a system to serve 50 people. That's insane. That's like $200,000 investment per customer.
I'm not sure I'd want to do business with a company that does that.
We don't operate that way. And in that meeting, I said that that's not a good idea for that plant at this time, and I have a better solution. We discussed that, and you rejected it, and you rejected it publicly again the other night.